inside the billion-dollar race to build humanoid robots that can replace us. For centuries, we built tools to amplify human strength. But right now, in labs hidden across the globe, the objective has fundamentally changed. We aren't building tools anymore. We are building ourselves. A silent, high-stakes engineering revolution is unfolding. The target? Not just AI, but a physical machine capable of stepping directly into our shoes. A machine that can walk into a chaotic human environment, look at a complex tool, understand the instruction, and execute it with flawless precision.
This isn't just a technological upgrade. It's a fundamental rewrite of the global economy, the future of labor, and the definition of civilization itself. Forget the science fiction headlines. Look past the hype. How close are we really to the day the machine takes over the shift? Welcome to the dawn of the synthetic worker. The global workforce is secretly changing.
If you think humanoid robots are still in the testing phase, you've already missed the shift. We've officially crossed the threshold from experimental science into aggressive, weaponized mass production. In 2024, the world had fewer than 2,000 humanoid robots. Today, that number has skyrocketed by over 1,000%. Entire assembly lines are being stripped of human workers to make room for machines that operate on collective neural networks. At the epicenter of this surge is Tesla's Optimus. The internet spent years laughing at Elon Musk's early prototypes. They called it vaporware. But while the public mocked, Tesla was quietly preparing the ultimate corporate Trojan horse. They aren't just building robots. They are building the automated factories to build the robots, using custom-designed Dojo supercomputers to force-feed their machines millions of hours of human physical data.
But here is the critical detail. The West is ignoring. Tesla is already being outpaced. Factories in Shenzhen and Shanghai are now building a complex humanoid robot every 15 minutes. They aren't building these to showcase at tech conventions. They are building them to permanently replace the global manufacturing workforce. And it's all happening under one flag: China.
While everyone is watching AI software, something much bigger is happening in China. China isn't trying to build the smartest robot. It's trying to build the cheapest one. And that's a big deal. History has shown what happens when China learns to make something faster and cheaper than everyone else. It happened with smartphones, it happened with solar panels, it happened with electric cars. And now, the same thing is happening with humanoid robots. Silicon Valley is building $150,000 laboratory masterpieces. Meanwhile, Chinese firms are already shipping fully functional bipedal robots for under $20,000. This is a multi-billion-dollar territorial gold rush. Behind the scenes, the world's most aggressive venture capital is desperately backing dozens of competing architectures. Every single startup is betting on a different design. But they aren't competing for a tech trophy. They are competing to delete the human overhead.
If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
Imagine a worker that never sleeps, never gets tired, and never complains. It can work in extreme heat and toxic factories non-stop for hours. The real challenge isn't making robots walk, it's teaching them how to use their fingers like we do. That's the real engineering nightmare sitting at the end of our arms this entire time. The human hand is a biomechanical masterpiece of 27 bones, and our brain controls it subconsciously. But for a robot, picking up an egg without turning it into liquid or inserting a tiny USB cable into a port requires thousands of complex calculations every single second. 1 microsecond of lag, and the machine doesn't just fail the task, it destroys the product. This is exactly why the world's leading robotics labs are obsessed with making them more human. But even if you give a machine the perfect hand and a hyper-intelligent brain, the entire industry is currently hitting a massive brick wall: power. Right now, in 2026, the world's most advanced liquid lithium batteries tap out after just 2 to 3 hours of dynamic factory work. If a synthetic worker requires a 2-hour recharge every 120 minutes, the economic math fails. The software is ready. The hardware is desperate. But until engineers can crack next-generation solid-state power systems, the greatest workforce disruption in human history is stuck waiting on a battery percentage.
A robot that can think, walk, and use its hands is a stunning engineering achievement.
But in the cold world of corporate capitalism, none of that matters if the machine costs more than the human it's built to replace. This race is no longer being fought in university labs. It is being fought in the brutal trenches of global manufacturing economics. The winner won't be the company that builds the most intelligent robot. It will be the company that shaves the final dollar off the production line.
And right now, China has weaponized its entire industrial ecosystem. They aren't just prototyping individual units, they are converting the massive supply chains that mass-produce the world's smartphones and electric vehicles into a vertical monopoly for humanoid components. While the West struggles with custom, expensive actuators, Chinese firms are already shipping fully functional bipedal robots at near commodity pricing.
But America is banking on an entirely different strategy: raw, unadulterated intelligence. US giants like Tesla and Figure AI are pouring billions into neural network infrastructure. Their gamble is simple. A cheap machine that requires manual programming is useless in a dynamic environment. But a highly intelligent robot that can instantly adapt to a chaotic factory floor, teach itself tasks via pure visual observation, and solve complex problems on the fly, businesses will gladly pay a premium for that brainpower. For years, we've been fed a singular, terrifying narrative. The robots are coming to take your job. But the cold reality of the factory floor is infinitely more complex. The Great Displacement won't start with creative minds or emergency responders. It is targeting the roles built entirely on monotonous physical repetition. Loading, sorting, line-side kit delivery. These aren't jobs requiring high-level human intellect. They require relentless. A synthetic worker doesn't lose focus after 6 hours. They still executes the exact same micro-movement millions of times with unflinching precision.
At an enterprise operating cost of just $25 an hour, the economic incentive to automate is absolute. And replacing a specific task is vastly different from replacing a human being. Human workers don't just move boxes, they constantly navigate chaos. They improvise when a tool goes missing, spot a warped product before it hits the line, and clean up a sudden spill without needing a software update. The real world is incredibly messy, and the physical environment remains a massive liability for artificial intelligence.
This is why the immediate future isn't an overnight takeover, it's a forced coexistence. The first generation of commercial humanoids are entering the workforce as force multipliers, absorbing the high-injury, exhausting roles, while leaving humans to handle the situations that require real-time judgment and common sense. At least, for now. Because behind closed doors, CEOs are already scaling what is known as fleet learning.
When a human worker learns a new skill, that knowledge stays inside their mind. But when an AI humanoid solves a complex physical error on a factory floor in South Carolina, that data point is instantly uploaded to the cloud. And overnight, every single robot in the global network inherits the upgrade. One machine learns, and instantly, the entire species evolves. This is a compounding network effect humanity has never faced.
If you want to see exactly how this synthetic workforce takes over, look no further than the asphalt beneath you. The architecture powering humanoid legs is the exact same software currently erasing the human driver. We have officially moved past the era of standard cruise control and rigid, hard-coded safety rules. The advanced AI vehicles of 2026 are running on neural end-to-end large world models. They don't follow lines of code. They possess an AI visual cortex that processes real-world physics in real time.
These cars don't just see obstacles, they semantically reason through environmental context. They recognize a construction hazard or an emergency vehicle, evaluating thousands of candidate safety trajectories every single second. For over a century, the automobile required a human mind to survive the road. Today, the car has become the supercomputer, and the human is just a passenger. And if AI can safely pilot a 2-ton steel machine through chaotic city traffic at 70 miles an hour, navigating a warehouse floor is child's play.
The ultimate mystery of this billion-dollar race isn't whether humanoid robots will become a reality. They are already here. The real question is, how far are we willing to let them go? The blueprint expands far beyond the factory floor. The roadmap leads directly into our homes,
as household caretakers, into our hospitals as autonomous assistants, and onto the front lines of catastrophic disaster zones.
The internet loves to obsess over sci-fi conspiracies, rumors of reverse-engineered alien crafts or secret government hive minds. But the unclassified reality is far more terrifying than fiction. There are no extraterrestrial shortcuts. This is the product of brutal, relentless human engineering. We are weaponizing precision actuators, stacking bleeding-edge solid-state battery cells, and anchoring everything to neural networks that consume millions of hours of pure physical data. We aren't being invaded. We are actively building our own successors.
This is a geopolitical sprint toward the ultimate monopoly. Governments are quietly drafting legislation for sovereign robotics, recognizing that the first nation to deploy millions of untethered autonomous physical workers will instantly control the global supply chain, space colonization, and the future of defense.
The race is no longer about building the smartest machine. It is about deciding the fate of the civilization they will inhabit. So the next time you see a synthetic worker walking seamlessly through a factory floor, don't just ask what it can do. Ask what kind of world we are building, when the tools we created no longer need us to hold them.